Alright, here we are, Football Manager 2023, Ytterhogdals IK, and we are in the season. We got going last time with the league game against Hanning IFs, IFK Hanning it is, and that was much worse than I expected to a degree, but on the other hand we won it. So it was a real struggle, let's put it that way. I was hoping for something less of a struggle, but our new central defender didn't perform that well. In fact, we need to talk to the players now that the game's behind us and need to make changes going forward. Next game will be against Vasalunds. Let's see if we will have a better time there. Defensive wise especially, if we concede 2 goals each game, this will not work. So we need to do something about this. On the other hand, scoring 3 is perfectly fine. And I'm very happy with the performance of our Metzalas. But let's go through it player by player. So I don't want to talk to these here. They didn't play. But I want to talk to the rest, and hopefully I can do that every single time going forward. With all of the players as some sort of a routine. So, we're gonna go with the 5 headers won, that's great. Passing overall is decent too. He didn't create many chances though, but the tackling was on point. So I guess we can praise him at this point for his decent tackling. 100% is 100%. He should accept that, always. So, that's fine. Next up, Smilovic. Whilst I'm happy that he made an appearance and his heading was decent, overall I think his defending wasn't good. 6.6 is not a good rating. So I'm willing to risk it here. I'm willing to criticize the last game. Let's try to do this and criticize his defending overall. I'm not sure if this will work well, but we'll try. Yeah. So 6.6 apparently isn't good enough, even for his taste. With Zetterberg is in perfect morale. I don't know why. He didn't have a good game. So we can definitely tell him that he didn't have a good game. But it doesn't matter, he's already in perfect morale. Yeah. Then we have Mr. Adam Hellström. Well, Adam Hellström didn't have a great game, but the heading overall was really good. So let's praise him on that. Even though he could improve, I think. Yeah, that works. Christopher Alp, if I'm not mistaken, had a really good game. Exactly. 2 assists, 7.5 rating, good passing, created chances, 100% tackling ratio, even though it's only 1 tackle. But seriously, 2 assists is wonderful. Given that he created 2, I think this is a viable, reason for praise. On the other hand, there's certainly room for improvement, let's put it that way. But we'll see if he will ever make it. Also, why does he train stamina and work rate? I guess it's something he's weak at, but I don't expect this to go anywhere anytime soon. Malte Ekman. 7.1 rating. For him that's decent, I guess, passing wise. We could praise the tackling though. Because the passing isn't that impressive for his level. He's happy with that. Fine. Next player, Nathan Lowe. So Nathan Lowe had a wonderful debut. He scored 2. That's just 4 shots, 2 on goal, 2 in. That's fantastic. Yeah. I mean, he was already in perfect morale. I overlooked that. Otherwise, I wouldn't, probably wouldn't have talked to him. Another isn't though. So in Tilander's case, this is not good enough, I feel. Like, the passing is good, but a 6.6 rating overall for a creative player, that's not good. So we should warn him about it. And it's unlikely that he will make an appearance if he continues to play like this. A similar argument can probably be made for Lily though. Well, he's on a 7.0. He had an assist. So, disregard that. But most likely, the best thing we can tell him about his game so far is probably the tackling. Because 5 out of 5 is good. Even though he isn't a defensive player, that helps. And then Per Fransson, he didn't have a good game, but for a debut, that stuff happens. We will give him an official warning. And in his case, he didn't create many chances for the own team. So I will criticize this. Yeah. He was already in perfect morale though. Coleman didn't play. Burnson did though. On the left wing for a few minutes. Not really worth mentioning. I don't think it's worth commenting on. Ytterhogdals did play. He didn't have a great performance overall. That said, in his 30 minutes, he didn't misplace many passes and so on, so that's okay-ish. Oliver Swan, well, he scored within 10 minutes. Or 11, I don't know. It was in stoppage time. He won the game for us. This is quite outstanding. We had one shot and it was in. Oliver Swan with a positive morale. One can only dream. Nila Forsell. So Nila came on really late. There's not much to tell here. Other than he contributed. Speedy Boy, Mr. Bengtsson, didn't make an appearance. And then we have Dylan Morgan. I think Dylan Morgan played at some point, yeah. But it wasn't really a performance to speak of. And for 10 minutes, he didn't even get a rating. So overall, now after we took the time to talk to the players, morale looks much better. I think we can agree on that. For the next game, what's there to think about? Well, first of all, Fransson will probably not come back for the next game. There's, well, performance-wise. Then Tilander didn't have a good game, so it might be that Speedy Boy can start a game at some point. Did I forget Hellberg? Yeah, I forgot him. So that's not. You can already see that it's early in the morning. Seriously, good passing. No chances created though, more or less. I think for a midfielder, more chances created would be a good idea. And a 6.7 rating isn't horrible, but he will need to do better. So we'll do that. Now we've got everyone, right? Yeah. I simply forgot Hellblink. So there's obviously reason to drop some of these players due to rotation, to rotate them due to the match load. But on the other hand, there's also reason to drop some of these players due to performance and the fact that, Vasalunds hopefully will get back to full fitness within the next 4 days. So he can play, and there's no need to go with Per Friendson. That said, it worked out fine so far. And we gotta be cautious about this stuff. Not to overdo it. He apologized and accepted his warning, that's great. So, for the... What's going on with him? He thinks his individual training is not useful. He doesn't like to train passing as a ball-playing defender. Great. Well, what does he like to train then? How about ball control, man? He doesn't think this is viable either. So I guess it will be defensive duties anyway. And in that sense, it's either composure or we go with the standard tactical stuff. In this case, I think 10 points would probably do him good for marking and positioning. The composure would do him good too, though. It's not like it matters much. He needs to improve both, but in both cases, decision making is within the training sample. In fact, let's do composure. I think considering he also needs good passing as a ball-playing defender, composure is a good idea. Well, at least until he starts to complain about it, because he will sooner or later, apparently. Yeah, well. And we gotta be careful with him. He's above average suspiciable to injuries. So I wouldn't want to... overdo it. Training happiness unhappy. These all are not happy with training. They are only content. Okay. So, thing here is, I'm always a bit concerned with this stuff. I guess Per Friendson finally realized that preseason is over, so he doesn't have to do more strength training. That's alright. Composure and decision is, I think, a good choice for him. Smilovic we just changed. There's Adalsteinsson, in case he's pronounced like this. Not much to tell here about the player. He has performed okay lately. I don't think 6.55 is okay. Then we have Puget. I don't know what was going on with him, but we can certainly criticize his training in this situation. We've got Vasalunds. He came back from injury. I think he should do better in training overall, simply due to the fact that he's a leading player. And as a spirited individual, I think he should perform on a higher level in general. Nila Forsell, well, I wouldn't want to warn him about this, but it's not good. Malte Ekman, he performed well, his development was good. So this is a bit of a critical thing. I think he improved, but it's more due to talent, not so much due to his effort. But we take what we can get, right? And then there's Noel Nilsson, who was promoted to us, and I don't think his level of training is not good enough. And we can go through the others too. But my thought process here was not so much about the training level. It's more about is the way they are trained right now a good one for them. And in his case, it's clearly not a bad idea to train him in things that he has 1 point in and 3 in case of the handling. So that's what I was thinking about. Against Vasalunds, I'm not sure what match preparation is appropriate. We will probably go with defensive shape and teamwork though. So let's get rid of the corners. Because teamwork wise, squad still needs improvement. Now, the start into this season is better than the last one. So far. But in fact, I'm not sure if that's true. If I go to the previous season. Yeah, okay, in the previous season we drew against Lund. So this season is better in that sense. We're at 3 points right now, so that's okay. 32 to go, in case you want to phrase it that way. And afterwards we will see how far we can go. It wouldn't be the first time that we finish in 3rd place, but first of all, we need to make sure that we do not get relegated. Season ticket sales, 38 exactly. Same people, same money. Not much change. So, 2 scouting reports for Vasalunds. We probably shouldn't do 2 scouting reports for Vasalunds. I already looked into this recently on stream, and now I'm entirely confused. There's scouting assignments. He's in Sweden. Is there a way I can just... Well, these are the assignments, right? There should be a list here. But apparently one of them has a scouting assignment somewhere for the next opposition that I never created. And this is not part of the list. I have no idea what to do about it though. Not sure. At least world knowledge looks better now. Overall. So, for a Swedish club of our level, this is kind of good, I think. Alright. So, as you can see, some of these players do not recover that well. There's players like not Hagedal, Sederberg, well, Hagedal too. But there's players like Sederberg who can definitely play. There's no need not to play them. If we think they will do any good. Now, if Westberg all of a sudden discovers that he can have great training performances, he might make an appearance in goal. That's how it works. And the same for the other players, to be honest. But first of all, they need to put some work into it. And we're trying to be mindful about our approach in general. Against Vasalunds, this will be an away game, so and I think it's reasonable to go with defensive shape here too. I'm not sure if this overlaps, really. I never found out, even though we talked about it on stream. I never found out how this stuff here works. This includes the following training already, as you can see. So this is teamwork, defensive positioning, marking and pressing. This is exactly what's configured here. Now if I change this, match preparation will not change until I press the going forward button. So this menu is moderately useless. Let's show you Hopefully I didn't tell lies there. Yeah, it doesn't change. But I don't think it overlaps into this training. Problem is we don't have a day here to take our time. I will experiment with this later on. So if I slap in overall training here, this is obviously good for the players that got match experience in the Vasalunds game. But on the other hand, we need to do something to prepare for the Karlsunds game. But in this type of fixture setup, I guess, it's really hard to do training that is related to the player's development. You could argue that maybe dynamics are not that important and we shouldn't do teamwork and do more overall training. I guess we could try that. So that, well, why not? Let's try to do some overall training too, so that the players have a chance to develop at all. Because this is something that has been clearly lacking in recent seasons, due to us doing a lot of match preparation training all the time. So now at the start of the season, we can at least experiment with it and try to do some training. And given that we're weak overall, we're going with overall. This is not about me being well, to a degree it is me being lazy, because it's not useful to set up specific training regimes here. But if you look at the comparison to the rest of the league, in general that's not good. So looking at all positions, overall we look weak. Goalkeepers are okay-ish, but I could do with some improvement. Defense, well, for all players I guess, but even for the defenders, this is no good. The only thing that's good is jumping reach. Midfield attributes, well, probably interesting for midfielders. No good. Attack attributes for strikers. I mean, the long shots are decent all of a sudden. Long shots are good, but we knew that. And the midfielders have decent attacking attributes overall, but it's not great. Like, our midfielders have good finishing for the league, but we knew that. We've got good finishing and good long shots in the midfielders. That's because they are our primary strikers, if you want to put it that way. The strikers are themselves, though, not so much. Physical attributes overall in the squad are lacking. It's a bit better if we exclude the goalkeepers. But if you look at this, strikers are not very particularly physical, midfielders aren't at all, and the defenders, well, apparently the natural fitness is high. I wasn't aware. But this doesn't scream like we need pace, specifically. I guess everyone needs pace in this squad, but I'm not willing to go with physical training in the middle of the season, and in pre-season it wouldn't have helped anyway. Mental attributes, all over the place. And then there's the technical stuff, same. And when we could go with marking, tackling, and so on, that would probably be a good idea. If you look at this, marking and tackling are at their worst with our defenders. But it's not like we can help that much. This is more a case of individual training, I guess. We should probably look into the units though. It's been years since I did that, to be perfectly honest. Really, it's been years. So we will need to look through these. Yeah, this is all good. Goalkeeper's unit is also good. This is no good. This is not good. So neither Vasalunds nor Malte Ekman are part of a defensive unit, I think. In the case of Vasalunds, I'm not concerned. That's okay-ish, but Malte Ekman is a creative player. So for him to be in the defensive unit is not useful. Same can be said about Melander and Helberg. The others here, Speedy Boy definitely not. Korovic is a creative player. Low is Metzala. That's not one for the defensive unit. These are all good. Yeah, he can be in the defensive unit. That's fine. So overall, a lot of the young guys end up in a defensive unit too. Like the U19 players that just got promoted. But the others here, they are in the attacking unit, with a focus on creativity and passing and so on. And if we look into these players, we can clearly see that some of them have deficits. Like, we're trying to compensate for what's missing. Well, Bultegrad Blom tries to do his marking, for example, but at the age of 31, it's probably too late. So I don't trust the statistics too much on this either. Simply because some of the players that got included there are part of our squad, but will not really play. There's a standard development training for them. They made an offer for this goalkeeper. Well, I don't think he's better than Sederberg. So that's not that interesting to me. And Kasper Kruszyński. He's Polish. I guess he's a decent wingback. But if we compare him to Alp, yeah. So he's good. He's probably better than Alp too. You could argue that we need somebody there. Where's Dirk? Yeah, you can argue that we need him. I wouldn't necessarily disagree. Also has a good trade for the position he plays in with us, but this wage requirement is... that's not bearable. Okay, so apparently he wants to be a French player. I guess that's fine. It's not even that high for somebody that I would consider to play the first team. But on the other hand, I don't want to spend any money right now. How's his susceptibility to injury? He would need to learn the language. He's Polish and English. This, I wasn't even aware of this guy, to be perfectly honest. So I don't think it's a bad signing. But on the other hand, I want to give Dirk time to develop. And this is a lot of money. So let's not do this. Under normal circumstances, I would probably go with it. But maybe I'm a bit overconfident at this point. Because Alp had a good game. Finally. I might add. And I think Dirk can do something at some point. Great. He scored? Yeah, he did. Apparently he scored. Well, in that case, you wanna go over to them? I would be perfectly willing to discuss a deal. By the way, I still don't know why you cannot offer players to other clubs whilst they are out on loan. Apparently, that's not possible. Other clubs can come for them though, if I'm not mistaken. Okay. There's a few recommendations in here. So, we'll play Vasalunds. Cool. I will look into these things by myself. Okay. There is a lot of advice here that is all over the place. So, Jonas Ekström has bad crossing. I do not care about his crossing. He will be unhappy once I do that. You will see. We can do that. In 5 minutes he will complain about the intensity of the training. And we still have him for a few years. Gladys Shabanai. Still want to try to bring the ball out of the defense. So his training performance hasn't been good enough, and I think he does not like to do individual training, if I'm not mistaken. Strength is concerning, obviously, and a lot of other stuff too. But why not go with composure and decision making at this point? Or maybe defensive positioning. Nah, composure and decision making is okay. I want to get rid of these players that are weak mentally. But the thing is, I don't think he will develop into something useful. But on the other hand, he's got 5 in both of these attributes, so maybe we can improve some of it. There is Nikola Lukic. Yeah, what's he doing right now? Register. Great. So in his case, it's actually interesting. In his case, he's got some of the attributes for it, I guess. And I don't necessarily think he needs more strength. It's not core to his role, I guess. I think off the ball movement, more or less, is what's missing here. And you could argue, well, the dribbling and technique are weak. So given that off the ball movement comes with decision making as a training, which he doesn't need necessarily, I'd rather have him better first touch than these 8 points. So this is something that overall should improve his attributes. Then here's Westberg, who should not train this apparently. Good morning to you, Kumquat. Welcome back to the stream. I'm not sure why that is. I guess he's fine with these. He should really train aerial reach all the time. But there is no way to train aerial reach. It's just the way it is. We cannot train long throws for him. We can only train distribution. I don't know. This doesn't make much sense. Any training really with him doesn't make much sense. I guess we could do technique. His composure is 5 and the technique is 5. So I guess that would be worthwhile. I don't know. How have you been doing, Kumquat? Ready for a weekend? Anderson doesn't improve in quickness. Well, no surprises here. He doesn't improve at all. And with the training, I guess dribbling is more important in his case. Oh, okay. So, I don't want to intrude too much, but in case you're willing to share, I would be interested in what it is you do in that case. It's given that this is all over the internet at some point, well, probably nobody watches it. But given that it will be available on YouTube, I perfectly fine if you are not willing to share. That's good. It's all good. But yeah, it kind of feels the same to me right now, right? But I don't have a job, so yeah. He still needs a better heading. I'm not sure if the heading is more important or the marking though. Quickness might be a thing, yes. In fact, I think quickness is a reasonable approach. 6 points is hard. We can deal with the rest. For Adam Hellstrom to dive into tackles is definitely something I do not want on a central defender. So I guess no answer is a no. Anyway, we won the first match of the season, Kumquat, in case you weren't aware. So 3 points, 32 to go, I guess, to avoid relegation, and then we will see where it takes us. And now I'm trying to be extra mindful of everything, because I feel like I skip over a lot of stuff throughout the seasons, and if that sounds absurd to you, this is me. So anyway, Dylan Morgan apparently shouldn't take what? Indirect free kicks wide. No, this is a tactical instruction that he takes the free kicks, and I don't think he needs specific training for that. That said, he needs a reminder of the standards that exists around here. Nathan Lowe, same here, but deep indirect, no. So I don't want him to take deep indirect free kicks, even though he is good at them. I want the Metzala to be up front and take the shot. But his training performances have been horrible. I realize that this is a 31-year-old at this point, but this cannot stand. I don't want him to decline within the season. He can decline afterwards at some point, once we released him. Gustafsson. No effect by the positional training, apparently. Well, there's no effect by any training here, really. Let's go with final third training for him, but... Jona Andersson. So they suggest that he needs to develop match experience to be a natural, given that this position up front here doesn't exist with us. But we can definitely put him on attacking movement training here. I think that's the most viable choice in his case. Also, criticize him. Then there's suggestions for mentoring unit changes. Ngongo in the central defender group is just bullshit. Seriously. Hellstrom in the perfectionist group is the same. I do not want all the perfectionists to have stay back at all times, so this is entirely absurd. And Speedy Boy from youngsters to striker. There is a certain sense to this. because Speedy Boy might learn how to wind up opponents. So that I can agree on. Where's the strikers though? Let's look at these. They all only have winds up opponents at this point, right? Yeah. Well, look, Nila Forsell is in here too. And Speedy Boy doesn't... Well, he profits from the other... Oh. You cannot drag and drop this. Cool. So, in here... I think overall this looks like a fairly professional group. If the hidden attributes get more similar over time. But for Speedy Boy to wind up opponents is probably a good idea. And in this group here, he is a minor influence on the rest, which is fine. But other people will have some influence on him, so that's good. I'm also really happy that winds up opponents gets distributed over most of the players. It doesn't feel like this is one of these traits that needs anything. In fact, I should probably look towards Guide to Football Manager and see if there is a trait there. Player traits, here we are. No. So they are sorted by movement, passing, finishing, discipline, technique, and defending. So probably discipline is the section to go here, but winds up opponents isn't in the list. Yeah. I think they didn't update this list for a while at this point, which is sad. Guide to Football Manager is a wonderful page from a content perspective. It's really helpful, and I don't know the person doing that, so I have no idea who does it, but it could use an update from time to time. It's a lot of content there though. There's a war of words. And I think Nila Forsell can make an appearance in this game. It's not like Helberg did well last game. Well, he did well, but he didn't do well. You know, his passing was good, but he didn't create chances. So he could have contributed more defensively, but he didn't do that either. It's not like I'm annoyed by it. It's just we need somebody to do better. And Nila Forsell can be that person, so let's give him a chance. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I wanted to go back to the instructions, team selection instructions, suggestions. So obviously this is crap, right? It should be the other way around. We will do it the other way around. Low has nothing to do back here as a register. That doesn't make much sense. He can play it though, but he doesn't have the traits for it. And Burnson on the left, I don't think so. Morgan out here. What's the argument for that? Okay. So let's look into the performance of each player and who to replace, because built-up training for the match tomorrow should be done. No, it isn't yet, no, is it? It is. We're already on Wednesday. So training has been done. Whatever they trained for, either they performed or they didn't. Zetterberg didn't. How did Westberg do in training? 6.152. So same problem, they are both bad in training. Noah Nilsson tried. Hindenburg 5.35. That would be... This would have been the time to challenge for a position in the squad, Mr. Berg, because the other two really dropped off. So Berg, didn't we have someone else? Yeah, Coleman. What about Coleman? 8. He will probably hate me for it, but you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna play the youngster. I've had enough of these performances in training. So Zetterberg can go to the bench. He does well in training, so he can make an appearance. And I'm entirely uncertain if this is a good idea. Like, seriously, this is probably a really bad idea to play him, because skill-wise there's a lot missing from his game. But on the other hand, so what's missing? Anticipation mostly. Concentration is bearable. The agility, yeah, can also be concerning. He's got the aerial reach to a degree. He's got a command of area. This is good. Communication is something that improves over time. So he'll have that at some point. Handling is great. Kicking is good. Reflexes are good. One-on-ones are really bad though. He's got good one-on-ones. I changed my mind. This is... but on the other hand, Zetterberg doesn't play well. So if we concede another 2 goals next game, we need to change something. And well, the keeper is always the easiest way to do it, right? 6.9 is not to be concerned of. I guess he can play. Smailovic didn't have a good game. I think to bring Ytterhogdals back is reasonable here, in case he trained to a... well, he didn't though. No good training. In fact, is there somebody that absolutely needs to play besides Coleman? Hilberg, apparently. Well, I just mentioned that we will play Frosil. And Smailovic apparently also trained well. So he deserves a second chance. Okay, let's give him that. And Hilberg can be retained on the bench. That's alright too, with me. Per Franson didn't have a good game. No reason to keep him. Wolfson on the other hand is match fit, whilst he doesn't train well at all. He's the one we picked for this position. He's the one we are trying to go with throughout the season. Alp is on heavy load now, so there needs to be some rotation there. And given that Brunson is more one for the right wing, if we can help it, this means that Dirk Middle will make an appearance. Starting the game, Mr. Dirk. Are you up for that? Not really. Morale's okay so far. Anyway, his resoluteness might add something to the squad for the next game that was missing so far. None of them are tired at this point. Well, apparently some are. Could we... Lilydal is tired. This is interesting. So the heart icon shows 100%. Well, in fact, it doesn't show us 100%. It shows us something. This is probably 91%. I don't know. But the hover text shows tired. So this means that it is a good idea to change it like this. He lacks match sharpness, Morgan. But overall, he's the better choice. And we could also go with someone else for Nagongo, now that we know that he's tired. Yes, Burnson needs some improvement in his tactical knowledge, but I think he'll get there. I think he'll get there. Tactics-wise, I didn't adapt to the opposition just yet. It's also something to think of. So they play a 4-2-3-1 with Mr. Frisk up front. This is a pacey squad overall. A pacey and a weak squad, by the way. So, in that sense, tackling them at midfield and going for the counter might be okay. But if I look at these defenders, it's only the ones in the middle that are slow. The others are okay-ish, so I don't expect much to come on the counter. We can, though, try to retain possession most of the time, which we already do. So in that sense, hopefully we're alright. Let's try this. Let's just see where it goes. And even for the away game, I'll try to play the positive formation throughout the season. At least as long as it works. If it doesn't work, we'll go back to defending. And I will not play Westberg as a first choice goalkeeper. In fact, in recent days, or recent months I guess, in game, I'm contemplating bringing in another goalkeeper. But I would want somebody with a well-rounded setup and a good personality, and that's hard to get. In a way, for example, Coleman would be totally fine, but the attributes are not good enough. Is there somebody that we know of that could do goalkeeper? There's a lot of recommendations here. Theo Eriksson. Yeah, we've seen him previously. So, yeah, it's not a bad choice. With the long throws to start counterattacks, he has some vision, he has good throw, he has good strength. This is all he needs for long throws with the counterattacks. And his only weakness is the kicking. I don't think he will need to kick the ball that much. We can play around this. But on the other hand, it's only a balanced personality. That's good though. For that money, that's really good. I'm happy to go with that. Let's compare him to Westberg for a second. Yeah. So, shit. If I compare these two on the goalkeeping duty, Westberg's got a bit better positioning and anticipation, and his agility is a bit better. But the rest of the attributes on Westberg is more or less wasted, let's say. He's better in one-on-ones, he's got better kicking, will do, and 1 point better communication. Reflexes are a tiny bit better. So these two are not that different. Westberg is older though. So if I can get Theo Eriksson for a really low wage, I didn't even expect to find somebody here all of a sudden. But this is a keeper that's alright. Yeah. We will probably get him for 15. At some point. How about something like this? He's fine with that. Okay, he wants 20 euros though. But still, I'm willing to offer that. It's okay. We can just remove these. Give him 20 euros. And now we've got another option in goal, bound to the club. Well, if he comes on, or comes in. This keeper, for example, I wouldn't want to have in the squad, due to the lack of command of area and anticipation and so on. He's got notable weaknesses. In Theo Eriksson's case, the kicking is a notable weakness that I can live with. He can just throw the ball. Who cares? And the rest of it is totally fine. Like, there's no real weakness to him otherwise. And he's 22. I probably should have looked into this guy too, but he's 27. So, yeah, personality is the only thing that's missing for Theo Eriksson. Maybe we can even find him a mentoring group. Okay. So that answers the question who plays throughout the season. I've got a preference for this trade with the long throws to initiate counterattacks. I think this is a good trade overall, and it fits our tactics. So if we have somebody to take long throws to initiate counterattacks, that would be great. And he's got good throwing overall. So just skipping back to this once more. If we put him on a training for ball distribution, for long distribution, his kicking might improve a little bit. I'm not too worried about the rest of his goalkeeping. That's okay-ish. He will improve a tiny bit. He's 22. But if we put him on a training to improve his kicking and his throws, we've got training set up basically to improve what he needs to be good at with this trait and what he's not that good at and needs to improve. So in that sense, this is a really easy individual training to do. And the rest of it is totally fine. Can improve with his role. Alright. That's quite contrary to our other keepers. Like Zetterberg, for example, I wouldn't be sure what to set up in training because he's well-rounded overall. I guess the 8s need to go. But at his age, doesn't happen. Vasalunds. Is there something that we need to discuss with the players prior to the game? Probably not that much. Voldsund is back. So hopefully we can have a patient passing game and get a point or 3. We also have some things to discuss here. So, good dribbler, physically weak. It's a bit of a problem. Same here, good dribbler, physically weak. Good dribbler, physically weak. And for good measure, good dribbler and physically weak. He's got bad off the ball movement on top. For an attacking midfielder, that is. The others not so much. Well, it's off the ball movement isn't great overall. And I really have problems to see who would be the one to play the dangerous passes. I guess Soyberg and Frisk got it too. Now, to man-mark Frisk is probably a bad idea. But we could try to man-mark Soyberg, or tight-mark him at least. Anyone with a really weak foot? Yeah, Sarai. So we'll show him to the inside. That's good anyway. I'm showing him to the inside, and his passing isn't that great. Brown, right-footed too. Showing him to the outside is a problem though. He will go for a cross and he's got good crossing. But it's not like we can do anything else. Showing him to the inside would just imply that he crosses anyway. Frisk is not a good jumper or header. so the crosses will be low. We'll have problems here. What I can see here though, he's got passing 8. He's got passing 7. He's too strong though. So my thought process here is that we could close down the one that's weaker on the technical side. He shoots from distance too, yeah. Let's trigger to press on this guy. And with Reading for us, we will send Nila for Cell to hunt him down the entire match. So Renton Force, man marked by Nila for Cell. He's left-sided. Renton Force is left-sided too. That means we need to switch these two. No. What's the individual instructions on him? None. Okay. Which is wrong too, by the way. So the setup needs to change slightly. He can still take less risks, that's alright. He, as a Metzala, shouldn't have individual instructions. We wanted for him to man mark Reading Force, or whatever his name is. And with low, I think at this point we can agree that his 12 points of long shots and his finishing last game are argument enough to shoot more. And a similar argument can be made for Morgan. We want them to shoot from, well, they work the ball into the box, more or less, most of the time. But they can shoot more often, both of them. Tillander doesn't have a great long shot. So his 9 points of finishing are all of a sudden unimpressive, given the overall setup here. And Vasalunds with 10 points of long shots and 9 points of finishing. His primary role is as a creator, but I think he can still shoot more often. So I forgot about the fullbacks and the center backs. Is there something or somebody in here that's really bad or really good? He commits forward, Norgan. So on the right wing we will have a good time overlapping, probably. This guy also has a weak foot. And overall the attributes here, yeah, it's a defender, but with decent passing, I might argue. That's might be problematic for us. Same with him, really. And then there's Axel Baudin. Yeah. So one thing that comes to mind immediately is that both of the wingbacks are capable physically, but they're not the strongest. The entire team is not that strong. With the exception of, where is he? With the exception of Reading Force. And Wahlberg. These are strong, the rest isn't. So in case things go against us, we have the option to just go in hard with the tackle. I don't want to do that from the start, but maybe that's an option. There we go. Dressing room. So this is an away game. Okay, we tried to ease the pressure. Apparently that was too much. I'm gonna go with a cautious encouragement here. I don't wanna give confusing signals. So where's cautious? There. That helped to some degree. Not the greatest of team talks. And for Vasalunds, it's a debut this season, I think. There's a lot of young guys here too. Let's see what'll happen. We play in black. That's a good sign. No orange today. Can leave the oranges to American politics. It's been a while though. Hopefully it remains that way. Braun. Well tackled. Berntsson. Volsund. Forsell. For some reason he went with the shot. I have no idea why Forsell took that one though. But it counts as a shot. Norgren. Well defended by Berntsson. Will he lose the ball? No! He manages to get past his man. There's a cross. Dirk. Low. Frisk. And now we look vulnerable on the counter. Do we? No, we don't. We were able to trigger the press on them, close them down, and not much happened. And these balls should be easy overall. Ekman, oh Morgan. Well intercepted by Dirk. Did you see that? He anticipated the ball and went in for it. Low. Forsell. Berntsson. Tillander. August Tillander. Second shot of the game. It's low great chances so far. Bodin, Wahlberg, Sarai. Close down by Morgan. In the penalty area, Morgan. Still Morgan. Ah, it's cleared off the line. I think he tunneled the keeper. Hellström. That could be offside by Volsund. Yeah, it is. Still, great thing by Morgan there. To penetrate the penalty area like this. Ekman, Hellström. Long ball by Hellström. Morgan loses out in the duel. Forsell, low. Ekman again. Low. Low. We have a ball splitting pass for... field splitting pass it is. Berntsson. Forsell. Volsund low. Half volley. I think with the outside of the foot. Given the trajectory of the ball. So overall this looks good so far. This is nice football. Now we need to defend this and we need to score at some point. Ekman well intercepted. Morgan low. Volsund. Morgan. Not the pass we were looking for. Dirk. Interesting ball by Dirk. Hellström. Ekman. Low again. Forsell. Oh. No good passing by Forsell. Smailovic. Forsell. Tillander. Wonderful ball by Tillander. Morgan again with the next finish of the game. At this point, the chances aren't great, but they should be able to score at some point. Tillander. Smailovic. Can we get a result here? So far, we're well in control of the game. There's nothing to change here. Low. Into the wall. Ekman. Forsell. Volsund. Blocked by the defender. Against Vasalunds, I didn't expect such a good performance. So far, it's really great. Let's look into the corner taking here. So Berntsson and Dirk are in the back, that's fine. These three look outside the area. As you can see, they do not exactly adhere to whatever instruction we gave them with the distribution. Low Hellström. There's Volsund marking the keeper, yeah, that makes sense. there's something I do not like about this setup, and this is the fact that maybe Vasalunds should run in to the penalty area. Smailovic. Ekman. Yeah, so for the corner taking setup I want to change that. And I'm gonna do it immediately. So in this case here I don't think we need to mark the keeper. It doesn't make much sense. The corner goes for the near post anyway. So the keeper shouldn't... On the other hand, this makes the striker be here, right? But let's experiment. Let's put it like that. Let's do an experiment. Let's see how Marcus Vasalunds does once he attacks the ball from the edge of the area. Because overall, he's got good attributes for this. But if we put him on here to mark the keeper, well, he's got good attributes for this too. But for this game, we'll experiment. We'll see what it does. I don't know if it will make a difference, but this includes more movement. And movement is always dangerous to pick up in a set piece situation. Will this end up with the player? No. It ends up with Boden and Elborg. Given their passing, Norgren, they will probably play a killer ball now. But yeah, that should be offside though. Yeah, it is. So my thought process here is, given their below average passing, they are not that dangerous from long balls. It's more due to the fact that they are fast. It is not down to the technical capabilities overall. Bernson, Ekman, way out of position these two. Smailovic. Interesting ball here. He would have been able to create a chance there, but Vasalunds wasn't the one to go for this ball this time though. Oh, Vasalunds. Seriously, how can you waste such a chance? At this point we need to be one up. Forsell, Tillander, August Tillander, Morgan, Low, next shot by Low. They are instructed to shoot more often and the rest tries to work the ball into the box. It's kind of a funny setup really. The left side takes a shot all the time. Because they are good long shots. Morgan, Smailovic, just over. 13 shots. And only one expected goal. So the quality of the chances is a bit lacking too. But you can clearly see that we're well in control of the game so far. And then this stuff happens. Frisk, Smailovic. Can somebody close down Braun? Come on, close him down, tackle him. There's a cross, Wahlberg. Well, we gave away a good chance there. Even if expected goals is only 0.03, I think this was enough of a chance for them, for my taste. Bernson, Forsell, Smailovic, Ekman for Morgan. No offside, I think. It was offside. Well, I saw that another way. Bernson with the throw. Tillander. Will Bernson take the cross? He doesn't. He retains possession. Vasalunds, the striker out there. Smailovic. Ekman. Low. Dirk. Finally shows up in the opponent's penalty area. And Frisk does not win this duel against Smailovic. Forsell, Bernson. Rounds down the wing again. Look at how their wingers need to track back and help in defense. Forsell. Smailovic. Next ball, Tillander. It was offside again. So Smilovic's passing in this game can also be seen, I think. His role as a ball-playing defender isn't a bad one, I guess. It's a bit risky, but he's got some of the skills that needed for it. That's clearly not offside for Morgan though. Morgan, cross. Oh, it didn't end up in goal. What a save. How? Why? They must have made an offering to the gods or something. They must have offered one of their children at this point, considering how well we are in control of the game. It's absurd that we didn't score so far. This is a really great game overall. We just need to put it in the back of the net. And in that sense, I'm willing to tell these here that it has not been good enough. Hopefully they will react positively. At least they accept it so far. So this increased the pressure a little bit. And now let's encourage them, because we are still... This is an away game, you realize, right? This is an away game. We're absolutely dominating them in the away game. Frisk, don't tell me this happens. Zerai. Jurgen Smailovic. Well, we didn't give away a shot, but it looked dangerous. The dribbling in the penalty area is concerning. So to keep him away from the own goal is really the way to defend this. Forsell, Sundqvist, Frisk, and that's offside by Frisk, I think. Yeah. Berntsson with the throw. Morgan, Berntsson again. Berntsson. Then ends up with the keeper. Nobody there to challenge for the ball. Elborg with a long kick. Not a problem for Smailovic. Hellström with another long ball back for Voltsund. He manages to win the duel, but we do not retain possession. Tillander, nah, was offside. That's something that is really annoying about football in general. That these situations do not get played on. Morgan, oh no. Smailovic, Forsell. Nila Forsell nearly lost the ball there. Hellström, low. Low for Morgan. Morgan, just over. Berntsson, Tillander. Berntsson, interesting choice of cross. And Voltsund was offside. In fact, Voltsund is also a problem otherwise. He's a bit tired, he's on a yellow card. Frisk. Great block, I agree. Second chance of the game for them, by the way. Here comes the corner. Will they have a third? Hopefully not. Renderfords, Smailovic. And that was well closed down apparently. Alright. There's another yellow card for Dirk in the situation. Let's have a look into this. So, we overlap them, I think. In fact, we don't. We should overlap them. This is an error on my side. Why does it continue immediately? Ekman, Voltsund. Ekman. Oh. So my thought process here is we should probably bring on Alp at this point. Oh, we don't have Alp on the bench, do we? No. But Ytterhogdals is a bit tired. Not Ytterhogdals. Ytterhogdals usually the one to be tired though. No, Smailovic is a bit tired. He had overall a good game. Voltsund, well done. Didn't work. No, but I think it would be viable to go with some substitutes here. So Smailovic had a decent game so far. but he's tired. He's prone to make an error at some point in this condition. I don't want that to happen. Ytterhogdals offers less creative outlet, but I think it's still a viable decision to go with this. And then Berntsson overall is okay-ish, but Dirk is on a yellow. And I'm not sure if I want to... I guess, who's faster? Dirk isn't slow, but to bring Ngongo on in this situation is probably a good idea. Not in Dirk's position though. He will switch with Berntsson. And Berntsson isn't two-footed, but he can play this. Probably cross less often, play a patient passing game. He already takes less risks. So let's tell him to cross less often overall. I think this is viable anyway. For him, not so much. This is good out here. So he basically refrains from making an impact going forward, hopefully. How's Lowe doing? Motivated and inspired, but plays not great. Same with the others. Speedy Boy for Tillander would be an idea at some point. Now, I guess we can postpone that though. And with Vasalunds, he needs to ease off tackles at least. I want to keep him on, but I do not want to get him... Well, I want to keep him on. That's it. So, we're trying to strengthen defense because offense so far looked decent. Well done by Neil Fossell, and then he loses it. Brown. Serai. Come on, close him down. So far so good. No tackle. Luxembourg. Sjöberg. We gotta look towards opposition instructions too. So here's our substitutes. They did make some substitutes too. So who's Wallenberg? Yet another player with bad passing. Yeah. For a midfielder, let's trigger the press on this guy. And I guess in this situation, there's Wallenberg and Wahlberg on the pitch. Seriously? This is just to confuse us. Franz Luxemburg is up front now. He's also a fast guy. Decent amount of bravery. Well, not really. But he has no good dribbling. Let's tackle this guy hard. Yeah, 19 years old. There's a pattern here, by the way. If you look into this, the age of these players is well below what I would have expected of Vasalunds. Did they sell the entire player base at some point? Triggering the press on him, why? I don't think so. But yeah, they look like they played a youth team, basically. Now, it's still a good youth team, overall. Well done, Beckman. And I think the man-marking Vanilla Fossell can go in this situation. On the other hand, who cares? It's not like it disturbs anything. Sorry about that. We can also maybe do some man-marking with him. How's Lowe's marking though? It doesn't make much sense. To give him the instruction to man mark will not serve anything. Morgan, is this a counter? Do I actually see us play counter-attacking football? Morgan. Penalty! Great. Now, Mr. Vasalunds, show us what you're here for. It's not taken by Vasalunds, is it? It's taken by Vasalunds. There we go. 1 up. Finally. Seriously, this was well overdue. at this point, and well deserved. Not so much the goal for Vasalunds, to be fair, but the goal for the team overall was well deserved. This is a great display so far. Hopefully we can keep hold on of the result now. We need these 3 points. I mean, we need to get promoted after all, right? Or at least not relegated. It's always so close in this league. Ytterhogdals. Ngongo. Still pushing forward. Well, he's new on the pitch. Søberg, look how he tracks back Ngongo. Can he close down his man? That's not his man. He can though. Ytterhogdals. Oh, come on, Ytterhogdals. Go in for Brown. He didn't. That's concerning, but Ytterhogdals manages to defend it. Ngongo. So, yeah, about Ytterhogdals in this situation. I think we can agree now that neither Ytterhogdals nor, well, Morgan has a decent game. But Ytterhogdals and Low don't, overall. With Ytterhogdals, there's the added problem that his condition is only fair at this point. So even though Speedy Boy is a bit of a weaker choice, he's got good pace and really great acceleration. And at this point, they need to push forward. So I'm hoping to exploit the weakness in defense. We also see that on the left side here, this guy's in fair condition, and he's moderately fast, but we might overtake him from time to time. On the left side. The right defensive side, I think, looked tired. Who is it? No, that's in midfield, really. So that's great too. Let's go for taking care of their midfield. That's totally fine. And if midfield already looks tired and Low doesn't play well, I guess it's time for all of us one to make an appearance. Shoot more often is still good for him, even though I want him to take the finish closer to the goal. But I think we can keep it like this. So let's go in and see the result through. But really, I think these two are both prone to score a second. If they get the chance, that is. Speedy Boy maybe not so much, but he might. Hellström, well defended. Søderberg. We could also try to waste more time, or go for hard tackles. Overall, their team is rather weak. It's not like we're the strongest bunch of the league, but given their overall physical weakness, Speedy Boy runs through the middle of the pitch. Morgan with the weak foot. Ngongo. Vasalunds. Speedy Boy. Ekman. Morgan again. Yet another shot by Morgan. And it deflects off the keeper's hands. Forsell. Nila Forsell out on the wing, by the way. Hellström. Also way out of position. Yeah, that's a bad cross. But overall, we're looking fine. They try to attack now. Will we stand a chance? Hazelgren. That shouldn't be a problem. 3-man defense there. Danielsson. Come on. Get a ball. Yeah. Nila Forsell with the tackle. Holmberg. Listam. Berntsson. Not a problem. Well defended. Søderberg still goes with the throw. Ytterhogdals, Ngongo, Speedy. Come on, Speedy Boy. No good here. Can we close Sarai down? We can apparently. Søderberg, Hellström. Defending up front is, oh, this is a great chance and we concede a goal. Come on, seriously? I was just going on about defending in midfield doesn't look that well. Why? So, Wallenberg wins this duel. I do not blame Voltson too much. Ekman loses Sjöberg. This is not defended well by whoever that is. Ytterhogdals it is. And then Danielsson is not picked up by Speedy Boy. This is what's going on. And who's Danielsson, by the way? Is this a central midfielder? No. This is one of the wingbacks, right? I hate it. He just came on. Yeah. So, Speedy Boy lost his man, in that sense. And now we're back to square one. Forsell, Ngongo, Speedy Boy, Ngongo. 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 Sjöberg, Sarai. Alright. Time to do some stuff here. We will switch these back to their previous assignments. Get rid of the specific player marking, I don't care. I want him to shoot more often though. And dribble more, really. For Oliver Swan, he's a good dribbler. For Sell, on the other hand, do not shoot more often, also play as a box-to-box, please. So this should, this might influence the static of the game a little bit. I think these two are fine here. Because Nila Forsell is not a good shooter. Overall, he's not a good dribbler. He is a good box-to-box midfielder though. So hopefully that makes an impact. And we've got one additional substitution to make. So Morgan's game overall has been good. I don't want to go with Liljedal up front. And I don't want to bring on Hellberg for Forsell. Ekman maybe... doesn't feel right there. So I guess Liljedal it will be at some point. I mean, he moves into channels. In fact, as a deep line forward, he's probably not that bad. That would be... he's focused too. So, alright, let's get Wolfson off the pitch. Shoot more often on Liljedal? I do not think so. In fact, it's shoot less often. He shouldn't take the shot. Even in this situation. I think he will waste it more often than not. This is the wrong team talk. But we'll do it anyway. Come on. We cannot lose this game, seriously. A game like this cannot be lost. This is highly unlikely to be lost. Forsell. Berntsson. No cross. Ekman, as instructed by the way. Hellström. Ekman. Ekman for Berntsson. There's a cross though. Speedy Boy. Oh. That wouldn't have been the way to score that we fought off, but still, oh Ytterhogdals. Well, at least Sjöberg can go off the pitch. And let's encourage the team. Or demand more? Let's encourage them. This is an away game. That worked for the most part. Berntsson on a yellow now. Sjöberg is somewhat injured. Ytterhogdals, Speedy Boy. With a nice penetrating pass, and we get a corner. We get a corner. So we didn't explicitly train corners prior to this match, but maybe we can make an impact here. Swan, Ekman are outside. Hellström is in here. Ytterhogdals is here. Where's Liljedal, by the way? Oh, he's the one to take the corner. Yeah, so the striker is missing. Let's see what this brings us. It's a bit of a confusing setup for them, probably. Liljedal with the corner. Hogdal over. Well, basic Hogdal problem. Always finds the head or never finds the target. It's not entirely true, but... Oliver's won with a free kick. Oliver... Wow. Yet another corner. It was on target. Well placed. The keeper caught it though. Ytterhogdals. One more corner. Ytterhogdals. Not a chance for Ytterhogdals this time. Speedy. Ytterhogdals. Ngongo. Oliver Swan. Yeah, he manages to find that one. Dribbles well. Ngongo again. Ngongo. Goes down the wing. And that cross is bad. Ytterhogdals. Hellström. Ytterhogdals doesn't manage to defend this ball. Luxembourg, this is probably offside, is it? Yeah. So, that's it. That should be the game. I'm sorry to report this, but we actually lost 2 points here. There's no other way to put it. We lost 2 points. And it's not about a change in formation or something. I'm not willing to accept that. We shouldn't go with the defensive formation, being up 1-0 and like 15 chances to 3. We were well in control of the game and well created. Defending in midfield didn't look good in this one situation. And overall, we can probably attest to the fact that we should have scored a second or a third. So, it's disappointing. I'm honest here. It's disappointing, but going forward, this will not happen all that much, I guess. They will find the net sooner or later. With, I guess, more consistency. But overall, this looks like we were well in control of the game. Yeah, fantastic performance, and we didn't get a result matching it. I'm really sorry about that. This is fireworks, really. What we did. We will criticize August Tillander in front of the rest of the squad though, and same with Nathan Lowe. So, they did not do well, let's tell them. They accepted. Anyone else with a bad rating? Not so much. I do not think we need explanations for the ones on the yellow cards. And Ngongo didn't have a meaningful impact. Next game's even harder. Next game is against Karlsunds. So, that puts us in 4th spot anyway. Dalkurd won both. We could have been in a playoff spot. But seriously though, this is okay. To give 1 point away against Vasalunds can always happen. Now that I had a look into the squad, I feel like we should have gone with the hard technique for overall maybe. And also the overlapping wasn't on, and there's always these minor things that you think about afterwards. And you think about, well, I could have improved this, I could have improved that. You try to do better next time and forget something else. It's just the way it works. And I don't think this is a decent result. I'm sorry. So I think it is a decent result for us, but given how the match played out, it is not a decent result. We should have done better. We should have won that. It's not that much about possession, even. Possession was okay-ish, but not great. But we created so much. So much. And it didn't work. Okay. Will there be a press conference? Probably. And I will be asked about the wasteful chances. Or the waste of chances. And we've got good finishers in the squad. It's not like they took hopeful efforts all the time. Expected goals wise, we were well up against them. I will not send Morgan on an intensive Swedish course. He will learn it at some point. And apparently Ishak Augustsson improved. Oh, that's not Ishak. This is well, it's Ishak. It's his first name. Yeah, he plays for FC Gute right now. And he's transfer listed too. Which is bad. Because I didn't want to transfer list him. But given that he plays well now, hopefully we can get rid of him towards FC Gute at least. Because at the end of the year, he will leave us. If we don't. And key player, I don't care. The personality is good, but yeah. The contract situation is difficult. I think I misjudged that at some point. So let's not specify this and offer him to FC Gute once more. I do not want to sell this guy, but I'd rather make money on him than have nothing for it. So there's that. Okay. Okay. So, what's next? Karlsunds. This is a close match. Now we get 2 reports every single time. Seriously? Can I just remove the other guy? Does one of you two does one of you have an idea on how to remove the specific scouting reports of the scout that isn't instructed to do them anymore? Because here in assignments, John Beck is clearly instructed to do this. Ortev is too. Nieberg isn't anymore. He was though. He was instructed to do this. But I don't know how to remove it now. Because it doesn't show up in the list. Which is really annoying. Yeah. Anyway, if anyone knows, let me know how to remove this. Because previously there was like a list for this. In previous installments for Football Manager. Where you could modify it. One list with all the assignments for everyone. And now this is gone. Or it's somewhere. I don't know where. I can't seem to find it. So... This is about the match against Karlsunds IF already, which are a much better team. By the way, how's Ishak Holmström? Is he on the short list? He is on the short list and absolutely not interested in signing for us, I guess. Here he is. So he's wanted by somebody. By whom? Ha! Some clubs in the 3rd division. In Denmark. Is he Danish? Some clubs in the 3rd division in Denmark, apparently. Yeah. So I would still take him in, sure. But on the other hand, he's now 23. No. Seriously, I don't want to do that. He's much too expensive. So forget about this. Fjord Eriksson popped up in in one of these, yes. I don't think we want to sign him. There's a lot of players here that this guy's decent, but he's 27. And then we have players like Laurie Bell down here, who's just in this list as a head of youth development, and still not interested in that, I guess. Which reminds me, Mr. Zetterberg, so you gave away another goal. He's 32 now. Can we finally talk about your future career? Look at that. It was at 8 points when I decided I want him to be goalkeeping coach. Now he's at 10. He gets better and better. I want him to coach himself, please. Now he wants to be important player. Still going with backup. Let's see how he does. He wants to be important player, okay. Well, on that wage, not a problem. I also think crossing out the entire sample of bonuses is not the problem. The problem is the role, though. We'll try something here. We'll try something. So he doesn't want to be coach under any circumstance. So let's give him twice the money for that. Just, I don't care. Give him twice the money for being goalkeeping coach. Hopefully he can accept that we are willing to increase his money by 200% for that. Yeah, and the stuff with the contract extension, well, who cares really? But he might not like it, so let's remove this. It's too far away. Yeah, sure. Okay. So we could extend his contract and make him an important player and all that stuff, but he absolutely does not want to be goalkeeping coach. So next time we try this, he will not have a chance. We will set it non-negotiable immediately. And maybe he accepts it in that circumstance. We suffered defeat last time against Karlsunds. Seriously, well, yeah. No surprises. They lost against Luleå. Okay, that's a game you can lose, I guess. Does he? Yeah, he won't play. With that amount of injury risk, I don't think he will play. So Adam Hellström overall is a good impact on the squad, especially this season. Last season he was a bit shaky. This season so far in the 2 games, no complaints. So that's a plus. He's also one of the players that I expect to outgrow the club. If not within this season, probably in the next. Latest. That or he will reach the ceiling of whatever he's capable of. So he will not develop anymore. But for now, he's a core component of the squad. Nogongo's physical... I think Nogongo is really impressive physically. And he has a decent crossing. Also work rate and long throws. But the rest of his attributes is absolutely shit. I would rather have him better attributes in the other areas and reduce some of the physical stuff. No, he's 21. Sure, he will improve over time, but it will take a long time for him to be a viable footballer. He's an athlete. He's not a footballer, so far. So in that sense, I would want to tickle him and for him to improve. Apparently my comments on the press conference were appreciated. Cool. Very cool. Yeah. So, for the game against Karlsunds, we need to rotate. Match fitness is a problem. There we go. As mentioned earlier throughout the stream, Mr. Smilovich, I hope I pronounced it correctly. Let's ask translate. Let's ask Google Translate. So this is probably Bosnian, right? Yeah, this is Bosnian. Let's try to get this Bosnian. I wanna know. Well. So Synodin is probably fine. We know how to pronounce Synodin, do we? So you might hear this.
Zinedine Smilovic.
Zinedine Smilovic. Okay. So it is Smilovic. Like smile. Smilovic. Okay. Mr. Smilovic, anyway. Well, he complains about his training now. About the improvement in composure and so on, what we wanted him to do. So he's the one to complain going forward, apparently. That said, now that he plays, he trains well. So I'm happy with that so far. And in his role as a ball-playing defender, I think he has a lot of improvement to do. If we want to put him there as a ball-playing defender. But on the other hand, he has most of what's needed for a central defender, so that's okay. And we will just rotate him with other stuff that is okay-ish for him to train. This is not beneficial to him either. Dribbling? He doesn't think so. So, what does he accept? Defensive positioning, probably. As always. Yeah. So, why not? Let's go with defensive positioning. On the other hand, his defensive positioning hasn't been the problem recently. He can be threatening going forward, though. 16 jumping reach is nothing to scoff at. Strength of 12 is fine. So we could also go with bravery and heading here, which would not include decisions attribute at 13. That does not need improvement anymore. Well, it's not a priority in any way. But maybe we can do heading training for him. Is this more important? Not sure. Let's look into the stats, actually. So the thing is, what do we want him to do? Do we want him to be better positioned overall and to have better marking? Or do we want him to win more headers? Where's the header 1 ratio, by the way? It's at 90%. But this is due to the strength and the jumping reach. With better heading, I think he can place these headers in a better way. Let's have a look. It solely reflects the player's ability to head the ball. So, I am not sure how this works. I hope it works like this, though. I think it should be that jumping reach and bravery and strength determine more how able the player is to get his head to the ball, but heading itself is more about how well the header is placed. Probably alongside technique to a degree, Because technique is not only about the foot, if I'm not mistaken. It's also about the rest of the technique as a footballer. So in that sense, heading would be very viable to retain possession more often in defense and to get the odd goal in offense. Because he's the one to stand at the near post or to attack it. Okay. Felix Gustafsson is not happy with the training sessions. Why? It is not producing any results. I agree, your dribbling is still one. So in that case, you can have quickness training. Can you? Yeah, why not? And the defensive positioning is bad too, but his decisions are okay, so I'm not doing that. We can criticize his training though. It hasn't been good enough, sir. He doesn't accept it. Fine. We'll move on. Next one. Fredrik Nilsson. What's with him? I already forgot. So, he doesn't want to do heading. Yeah. Well, but you need to. This is horrible. I guess defensive positioning it is. But as you can see, my squad my staff agrees with me. This is a rare occasion that my staff agrees with me. We have no director of football, and all of this is a waste of time. His trial comes to an end. So this is an 18-year-old, a Polish guy that is unambitious, but perfectly capable to play with on our level. And he's on a non-contract. Brackley. Is he? Yeah, he's Polish and English. So what's his role in our squad? Box to box, probably. He's not good enough for that. On the other hand, with that stamina, teamwork and work rate, he's just missing a decent personality. The determination 3 is horrible though. Let me look into this. So this is a new gen, right? Yeah, most definitely. He's too young to be anything else. I want to look into these attributes though. What does this imply for his other attributes? Unambitious. Oh yeah, he's a new gen. I forgot. Unambitious, there it is. Determination 3. Do we know anything about his media handling? Level-headed. Level-headed isn't that bad, I think. Well, in these circumstances it is. So this is obviously not ambitious. It is ambition 1 to 5. Apparently he has good loyalty though. 11 to 20. Pressure is 1 to 20. Professionalism is between 5 and 20. Sportsmanship is between 1 and 20. Temperament is between 7 and 20. And controversy is probably rather low, between 1 and 14. So this implies a slight tilt towards professionalism and a strong tilt towards loyalty. But a serious lack of ambition. In that sense, this would be a good signing, I guess. Because he fits the personality of the squad. We're not so much about ambition, we're about professionalism. And he probably has some. He might still have professionalism 5 though. I don't know. But it's, you know, it's unlikely. Statistically speaking, it should be a 12.5. So let's try to sign him. Can we find a loan move for this guy? Probably. So this is a promise I'm willing to make. Yeah. This is a promise I'm willing to make. I'm not sure if this works well. Hopefully we find one. Let's go with this. And that's perfectly fine. He gets a youth contract and that's it. I said he gets a youth contract. Sir. Please do not be like this. You get a youth contract. Fine. He wants a loan move, but he wants a non-contract. This is one of these things that needs to be removed in Football Manager 2, by the way. Seriously. Why does this happen? He wants a loan move and afterwards he doesn't agree to a contract type that allows the loan move. I should probably write some posts in SI forum at some point, but I just don't have the time for it. To protocol this kind of stuff. It's just so useless. Now, other people probably already did that. And I realize that software development is always I don't know. There's always something going on that's more important. But this is just absurd. And it's really annoying as a player. Okay. I will go on a short break, like a minute. And afterwards we will do the game against Karlsunds. So stick with me. I'll be back in a few seconds. Alright. We gotta do this. We need to play them anyway. Doesn't matter. We need to play them twice this season. They are a professional club. And if I look at this wage structure... Yeah, well... He gets paid 2/3 of what we pay the entire squad. So, this is not a fair game. In fact, this is quite the opposite. We need to play them today. Great. So, Zetterberg is fully fit. Brunson isn't though. He can, I guess, go to the bench. Ngongo is match fit. There's a high risk of injury, but who cares? We could also try to give away the game, but I'm not willing to give away the game. That's not how we roll around here. Oh, I forgot something. Let's do that. I'm already forgetting what I promised I'd do. So, Zetterberg last game. Seriously. His passing was wonderful and he conceded a goal anyway. So, can we praise his passing? No. Let's criticize the fact that he conceded one. That went down well. Burnson. Is there a comment to be made about his game overall? Yeah, there was a lack of creativity, I think. Apparently he thinks his performance was excellent. How? Why? What are you talking about? Not really. Doesn't matter, he will not play. At least not, he will not start. He was on a 7.1, his heading was outstanding. So let's praise him for it. Adam Helpstrom's performance on a 6.5. I praised him recently, but apparently that was wrong. We can give him an official warning. His tackling was good though, but looking at this, the passing was bad. I'd rather criticize the overall defensive performance though. Composure isn't that great either. Training isn't good. Will he play? Probably not. We have a problem there. He's tired too. And Burnson, also a case for the bench. Yeah, we have a problem there. So, Dirk is match fit. That's okay-ish. 6.6 rating, decent passing. Let's praise his passing at least. Now he's in perfect morale, no use talking to him anymore. Malte Ekman is tired and under heavy load. Not a good... oh. Why did I do that? I wanted to talk to him about last game though. In the last game he played well overall. It wasn't great though, but he played well. I think we can agree that this is fine, but it's not wonderful. Do we praise his passing here? Probably, yeah. I mean, that's more than 90%, so is it though? No, something along the lines. Yeah, he accepts that. No, anyway, it wasn't that good though. Nathan Lowe. 6.4 rating. I think this is the point where we criticize him. So, not much chances created. The shots on goal were wasted. I think this is the way to do it now. Luckily for us, there's immediately a replacement on the bench that also played last game, if I'm not mistaken. Mr. Oliver Swan came on and didn't create much. He had decent passing though. But overall, I expect him to contribute, to create more and to take the shot more often. So we will criticize this. A lack of creativity though. Because I think that's his primary role. Even though we think we have a lot of midfielders that act as goal scorers. Nila Fossell. Last game wasn't good. Wasn't bad either. Well, 6.6 is not good enough overall. We should have won that game, seriously. So we'll criticize him on the lack of chances created. Then there's Tillander. 6.5 is bad enough to receive an official warning. now. I guess the lack of chances created here. His 2 shots were not on target, but I think this is mostly what we're talking about. With Dylan Morgan, it's much better. I guess he created a lot. That's good. 2 chances created, 7 key passes, 4 out of 4 tackles though. That's probably the best about his game. Yeah. Now is Dylan Morgan match fit? He's tired. Tillander would be, but I don't want Tillander on the pitch in these situations. Same with Forsell. Heavy match load. Voldsund could play the next match. Will probably play the next match. Scored a goal. He didn't lead the line to a great extent though. But with 6.9 rating, I don't want to criticize him. I think this is best left alone at this point. Even though that doesn't improve his... we can probably tell him that he didn't improve in training. Okay. Well, maybe we can praise his conduct even though he had some yellow cards recently. Yeah, he accepts that. So, lying to their faces apparently works. Time and time again. Hagedal. Did he play last game? At least he trained well this week. 6.8 is okay. It's not great though, but he trained well. I appreciate that. Finally, I might add. And he will make an appearance this game. Because we need somebody else to rotate in here. The same is for Boltegard Blom, really. Yeah, he trained well. He will not have the impact I want him to have in the match in the squad. So in that sense, we're giving away a game. But what's the alternative? To play Smailovic or to play Hellström? Hellström is still tired. You can clearly see it here. He will not make it through 90 minutes. Smailovic is not tired. Well, no, he is. And on top, he would run a high risk of injury. So this is not a good idea. On the right wingback position, we have either Nogongo as a choice, or really, we need to rotate here. So the usual choice, Berntsson, is still tired, because the matches are too close together. So that implies that Jonas Andersson would need to play. And I don't have high hopes for this. But at least he trained well on a 7.1. So let's praise him, hopefully he accepts this. Yeah, it was something. He's professional enough about it not to complain that it's a wrong statement. Then in midfield, Ekman will not play under any circumstance. He's tired, he's on a heavy match load, it doesn't work. So we've got a choice, probably Melander is the one to go with. Yeah. He's a consistent performer, and in this match he will perform consistently bad probably. But what can you do? Forsell on the heavy load. So this immediately brings up Hellberg, who's usually the one to replace him. Hellberg trains well, by the way, so at the ripe age of 27, well, 4 days until his birthday, so he'll be 28. He actually recognized that training hard is probably the way to go. Yeah. And then on the right wing, there's not much of a choice. I think Speedy Boy is the way to go. Warwick is not with the club. There's nobody else around that can play here. 6.7 rating. Is he match fit? Well, he's lacking match sharpness, but overall his fitness is at the peak, so that's okay-ish. That's not a great setup, but it might work. And we can put the players that are under heavy load on the bench, so they can make an impact from there. That said, some of them might not need to. It depends a bit on what we want. How has training been this week? Well, Coleman will not make it to the squad probably. Hellberg's on the pitch. Smilovic trains well, so that's good. I didn't expect that from Smilovic, to be honest. I didn't know what to make of it, so for him to train well gives us some flexibility. There he is. So he can be the one on the bench as a central defender. Ngongo is not flexible enough. At least not for my taste. He can play two positions basically. 1.5. That's not good enough. I'd rather go with Burnson. So this is why Burnson retains his spot on the bench. Because we can play him on both wings. Also, training performance has been okay-ish. That's good. Then we need defensive midfield and midfield. So that's the creative outlet of the... No, he doesn't do well. He doesn't deserve a place on the bench. Yeah, the creative outlet of the pitch. So Karlsson, Pommend and Adalsteinsson all are not a choice. Low is on a heavy load. Korovic is entirely out of sharpness. And he trained moderately okay, I guess. Forsell and Ekman aren't really a choice. Did Ostrom train well? He did. So do we really want to give him a place on the pitch? Or on the bench? And not Korovic? Well, yeah. Why not? He's only box-to-box material, but why not? We gotta play the youth at some point. It might as well be this game, because if this game goes against us, it's not that unexpected. Skillermo didn't train well. I will not give him a place on the bench if Puget did a little bit better. Hopefully he did. Sir Puget, this is your chance. Yeah, okay. Okay-ish. I'm not excited, but it's okay. And then we have Liljedahl here is not needed anymore, in a stricter sense. So we need in emphasis, we need somebody for the right wing. On the right wing, it's not like we have a lot of choice. Obviously, our left wingers can play there too, but I think it's still better to go with Tillander. Even though he's on a heavy match load, he will probably not make an appearance if we can help it. And then up front, Frenson or Ishak, or any of the other that can play as a striker. Skillermo didn't show that he needs to play. Frenson, he trains well. And in comparison with Ishak, this is a definitive plus. So Frenson deserves to be on the bench. Is this a strong squad? Definitely not. But we gotta... How do I put this? I was missing a word. Quite stupid of me, I guess. Yeah, so we gotta reward the players that train well. I think rewards are necessary in this circumstance just to help them on their way. And hopefully this translates to a good performance too. So he's missing the creativity. and he doesn't know how to play the role. He knows how to play the position and the role. He doesn't know how to play the duty though. He's the one that trains for the defensive side. I'm not too concerned about this. Hopefully we can get it done here. So let's get into this game. Get a decent result. This is 3 games into the league. This is the meat of the season. Well, probably not the meat of the season. This is the sinews. Is it? Yeah. This is the sinews of the season, I guess. Because it will hang in our teeth. Probably. Don't quote me on that, please. Okay. What's coming up next? Lunds. Great. Lunds are second right now. This is wonderful. I'm excited already. If Karlsunds don't beat us, Lunds for sure will. Okay. Let's go with it. And by the way, FC good to play Dalkurd, so in case they go well, we can be happy for our lone player. They play a 4-2-3-1. I have a déjà vu. So, this time we will not forget this instruction. They are much better than the last ones though. If you look at this. Yeah. This overall is a squad that does not belong in this league. And they know it. And that might be their only weakness. Oh. This is a home game though. So now that they come to Ytterhogdals, I didn't make any potato jokes just yet, did I? No. So now that they come to Ytterhogdal, we should probably welcome them. Cook some potatoes, throw them at them once they start to play, or I don't know, at the tour bus or something. This could go down in our favor if everything aligns. If not, well. Let's just hope for a point. But it's a home game, so we're gonna go with a positive formation. We're gonna try to win the match. I just hope for a result, seriously. If we get a point, at this point I would be willing to take a draw. Against Karlsunds. My opinion might change within the next few minutes. Melander. Well, B team's on the pitch, more or less. Cornwall, Bergquist, Ambros. So far, so good. Dirk. Boldegard, Blom. Yeah. Cautious passing is fine. They also try to waste time from time to time, I think. Bolsund, Helberg. Morgan. Good one. Dirk. And again. Possession pass for Boldegard, Blom. Melander. Helberg. This is not... well, I guess it is a possession pass. Anderson. Anderson pushes forward. Cross. Anderson. Hagedal. And that's a dangerous pass. Oliver Swan. Speedy boy. Oh no. So close to the goal. But we created a chance there. I expected Oliver Swan to take the shot, to be honest, but he didn't. And his pass for Speedy Boy was really good. Vasalunds. Speedy. Nice pass for Morgan. Gets to Morgan. Morgan. He's driven a bit outside. Morgan. And Vasalunds not the one to get there. Cornwall. Dirk. Well intercepted. Hellberg. Melander. Just a certain tempo to the passing is visible. Vasalunds. Okay. That ends up with Anderson. Swan. Oliver Swan over the goal. Given the strength of their squad, this is a decent performance so far. 10 minutes into the game. Don't want to jinx it though. But, well... Is this where I retract my previous statement that I think I would be perfectly happy with a draw? Probably not. Not yet. But hopefully we can put one in the back of their net. Speedy Boy. Come on. What are you doing? Don't lose the ball. Ambrosch. Dukic. And that's an easy one for Boltegard Blom. Long ball. Well, I wouldn't want him to do these. Hagedal. Dirk. Hellberg. Well, yeah. With Dirk and Hellberg in the air, especially Hellberg in the air, is probably not a good idea. Hellberg's like 1.60 m, if I'm not mistaken. Bergqvist. Oh no. Nice pass for Cornwall. Sederberg's got it though. And Boltegard Blom. That was a good chance. We were lucky not to be behind. Really lucky. Ambrosch. Bergqvist. Give away another chance. It's blocked by Hellberg though. Yeah, overall, now we're lucky. And I'm not willing to retract my statement. 1 point would be enough. Giving away this kind of chance. Far post corner. Out for a throw. We encourage them. This works. Oh man. Is this yet another counter situation? Hagedal. It is for us. Speedy Boy. Speedy Boy. Come on, Speedy Boy. Penalty! A penalty! Well... Mr. Vasalunds? Oh no! Straight towards the keeper. He missed a penalty. Speedy Boy with the corner now. Boltegard Blom missed it. Hagedal was there though. No goal. Well, at this point we cannot be happy with the draw anymore, can we? Could have gone both ways. Anderson. So the fans will probably be unhappy. The neutral fans anyway, that there's no goals so far. Speed. Another block. Oliver Swan is too kind to provide for his colleagues. Speedy Boy with the corner. That didn't end up with Hagedal. Who is this? This is Hellberg, is he? Yeah, this is Hellberg. Oliver Swan with a nice free kick. Deflects off the wall. Let's encourage them. We get a corner after all. Defending for the corners, by the way, looks fine. So no concerns there. Morgan, Hagedal, over. Always over. This is our home game. We have to win these. Hagedal, easy one. Swan, Speedy Boy. Speedy Boy for Vasalunds. Yeah, well, he didn't want to score the penalty. Apparently this is not good for him, but this stuff will do. Speedy Boy finds a wonderful penetrating pass. He drew out his defender and then really, that's an easy one for Vasalunds. I don't know what's going on with the penalty though. So, we're up on goal. Oliver Swan, Vasalunds loses the ball. Bergqvist, don't give him a one back immediately. Wow. Nice tackle by Morgan. Well done. To be fair, that's something he brings along. Morgan. And that results as in a corner. So Morgan apparently brought English football to the club. Because his tackling is rather good. Throughout the last games. Speedy Boy with the corner. Second one. And this time it's in by Hagedal. 2 goals. So this moves us up right to second spot if I'm not mistaken. And now it's about the goal difference. Great. Not that the league table is very indicative of something at this point. Hellberg loses the ball, Melander wins it. Swan. Speedy Boy. Anderson. Patient passing game by Anderson. Melander. Hagedal. Melander. That's not considered patient, but it worked. Boldigard, Blom. Dirk. Dirk for Morgan. Not another penalty, but that was a close call. Well done by Morgan. Can we score a third? Corner. Apparently not. Melander. Doesn't take the shot. Oh, he tried for a cross. Seriously, but we defended at their penalty area, which is really good. That shouldn't be a problem. Hellberg. Hagedal. Boldigrod, Blom, and Dirk. I'm actually considering going wasting time. 30-something minutes into the game. Like, we waste time always for more possession, but to waste even more time. Anderson. Nah. He missed the passing option for Speedy Boy. As one could guess by his name, he should be able to run for balls from time to time. Melander, Swan. This one does too. Speedy. Jonathan Bengtsson with the cross. Morgan. Another shot on target. Do we deserve a third? By the way, I'm not willing to go with the draw anymore. Speedy Boy. No offside. Anderson with the cross. Cornwall wins the header. Melander. Anderson. Anderson with a cross. Interesting choice. Morgan. Pass. Hellberg. Dirk. Yet another cross. Melander. Speedy Boy. Third. No offside. Third goal of the game for Jonathan Bengtsson. Well, it looks like we could keep that tactic going, right? Apparently the improvements to the squad work so far throughout this season. Yep, not offside. It was really close, but not offside. So this is where we instruct him to waste time a little bit more. And that's about it. Number 1 in the league. Stop the league. Stop the league. We're done. Come on. Tackle him. Tackle him. Don't let him run into the penalty area. Bergquist just over. We were lucky there. Let's praise him on the performance overall. And that's it. Gotta be entirely happy with that result. There's, well, not a significant problem with anyone. Jonas Anderson falls off a little bit, but that's to be expected. Hilberg too, he's already on a yellow. So somebody else might come on at some point. In fact, let's look. Who's on the bench? Yeah, Ostrom probably. At a 3-0 in after 60 minutes. If we retain that that result, we can give the youngster some time on the pitch. Speedy boy. Anderson. Still Anderson. Well, he tried with the cross. Melander. Oh, this is a bad situation. Ytterhogdals there though. Sederberg. Dirk. We might even go with slower passing going forward. On the other hand, it works so far. So why should we be willing to change anything? Melander. Melander. No offside. Again, no offside by Speedy Boy. He could have scored that one. Dukic. He doesn't have a fun day so far. Hagedal. Speedy Boy. Melander. Hagedal again. And Boltigor Blom. Who's not responsible for any errors on defense so far. Helberg. Melander. Well, I didn't expect that kind of performance from them, from the team. Hagedal. Swan. Oliver Swan. Nice overview. Anderson again. Anderson again. Loses the ball. Wins it back immediately. And there's a low cross. Easily intercepted. Hagedal. Helberg, Melander, and now Morgan. Oh, it was offside. Dukic. Nobody intercepts the ball. Oh man, and this is probably offside by Cronwall. As it should be. Great. And there's minute 58. Helberg. Woldsund. Morgan again. For Oliver Swan. There's a lot of space. Yeah, exactly there. A lot of space there. Anderson with the cross. Morgan. Come on. Don't tell me you cannot tap this one in. We're going for the counter. Melander. Dirk. Morgan. I'm not even going to try to pronounce that. Paralala, whatever. Hagedal. Oh, that's a bad ball. Paralagach, I guess. Might have mistaken that. Helberg. Boldigord Blom. Helberg. Woldsund. Morgan. Nice creative pass, by the way, by Helberg. At least he constructed something there. Helberg. Helberg with the shot. That's the last action of his game there. He will be replaced by the youngster. We brought him with us to play him. No, he can play. In a game like this, he can play. And with the other guys, we should probably rotate heavily at this point. I don't like it, but we should. So Smilovic was on the heavy load. Bengtsson was on the, I think, moderately heavy load. No need to play them. They can start next match. Or play next match. It's not like we need Ytterhogdals on the pitch in next match immediately. So I think Ytterhogdals can play this one until he's exhausted, so another 10 minutes. And then there's Puget, Tillander and Franson. So Tillander is on the heavy load. Puget sure as hell isn't. Speedy Foy has a wonderful game. Dylan Morgan not so much. He should have scored the last one. And in this situation probably can give Puget some time on the pitch. We want him to develop anyway. And then there's the thing with Voldsund. We need Voldsund for the next match. So Per Franson is probably a fine choice right now. I realize that this weakens the squad quite a lot. But as long as we don't concede too much, we should be fine. 30 minutes to go. We waste time. We try to do some creative passing from time to time. What's this? Lagerlund. Yellow card. Okay. For some reason that was important. 63 minutes into the game. Ytterhogdals exhausted now, by the way. So, Puget with the free kick. Boltegård Blom, yet another one over. Let's get... No, let's give Ytterhogdals another 5 to 10 minutes. It's probably a bit of a dangerous choice. Ilbring. Ambrose. Well, they can be offside all day if they want to. That was close. Bergman. Oh, this is Hugo Bergman, by the way. This is ours. I forgot about Hugo Bergman. So, to devastate his new club after he left, that's probably very welcome to the squad. And this is offside. So, Smilovic for this one. Is there somebody else that needs to be substituted? I don't think so. We can go with the last substitution and... Well, we've got another stoppage. That's it. Dukic of the long ball. Lagerlund, Persson. Boltegård Blom, Persson again. Not a bad ball, it evades. Smilovic comes on and starts with a mistake. That's not good. Luckily, nothing came of it. Elbring. Will this get intercepted? Lagerlund, apparently it doesn't. He runs wide with the ball though. And that's one for Zetterberg. If this is the way they set up creative play, we're totally fine. With this squad though, you should do better. Seriously. Like, this squad shouldn't be dominated by us to this degree. Well intercepted. Now it's out on the wing with Speedy Boy. With the long ball, Franson is a really fast one. Can he find a pass? Not that one, man. Not that one. Ostrom. There were better options for this situation. Boltegård Blom's on a yellow now. Doesn't look like a problem though. Is there somebody else that's tired? Yes, Dirk is. So, we have another substitute here. I think this is fine in this situation. And, yeah, take fewer risks is already on. Just see it through. We don't need to create that many chances anymore. Melander, Anderson. Anderson, by the way, has a rock solid game. 6.9 rating. Considering the skill level, I wouldn't have expected that. Melander, Ostrom, Puget, Dirk. He's still on the pitch. Pouget. Antoine Pouget. Mr. Dirk. Ostrom with another shot. He wants to show that he can play in this squad, I think. Oliver Swan. Smilovic. "83 minutes into the game. Speedy boy with a corner. No chance for Smilovic this time. Pouget on the wrong wing. Well, on the right one, you might argue. Oh. We get another corner. We get another corner. Pouget with the corner. He's got corner taking 4. This will be successful. Yeah, it's more of a lob into the penalty area, I guess. Ostrom. Melander. Will he find a passing option? Yes, the worst of them. Anderson. Anderson with the early cross. Well, moderately early. Melander, and there was no shot apparently there. They try to go for the attack yet. Well, 2 minutes to go. I think it's a bit late, guys. So let's waste time and just get over with it. Konchui, Rezic, Person. Pitch is really wide now. Elbring, Rezic, Lagerlund. That should have been one for Zetterberg to come out. There's the mistaken defense. There it is. It's a mistaken defense, by the way, simultaneously by Boltegold Blom, who was caught out of position. You will see, well, you don't. But Boltegold Blom was caught out of position. And Zetterberg didn't come out. Zetterberg would have needed to leave his area and come out and claim that ball. I realized that he's not a sweeper, but still, even as a goalkeeper, he can do that. Still, overall, good result so far. I'm a bit unhappy that we conceded, but that would have happened otherwise too. If we went with a defensive formation, I don't think we would have been able to avoid that. Bengtsson, Melander, Pouget. That's a weird choice to go with the cross there. Should have taken the shot. Melander, Smilovic, Speedy Boy. Just play over the outside, yes. Anderson, Pouget. They could have scored like 6 goals in this game. 1 more minute to go. Will we see it through? Look at that. Boltegaard Blom, and he goes for a corner. Why? Situation was already done. But whatever. It's we can still be happy. Nobody got banned. There's just 2 yellow cards so far. We conceded a goal. Will we concede a second? Well, Zetterberg certainly made an interesting appearance there. But I think we've got it. Yeah, that's it. We've got it. So, that's the game against Karlsunds. I guess this means that we are top of the league, playoff spot, somewhere. Of course, it's Tabby on the top of the league. Yeah, sure. Okay. So we play Lund next time. I will go through this press conference for a second. We are very pleased with the win. Speedy Boy had a wonderful game. And what about the relationship? Don't care. Great! This is it. This is it for the moment. I will go for food now. And I'm very happy that we have 4 points out of this session of Football Manager. And we have 7 points out of 3 games into the league. That's great. 28 points to go until we do not get relegated, and then the sky's the limit, really. So we'll see. Thanks for watching, and I'll probably see you all later throughout the day for another stream. Maybe we can make that a habit going forward. I don't know. Anyway, thanks for watching, and until later. Bye.